Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Shreem Brzee Power Time update. My name is Gina, or Lakshmi, and I am happy to be here with you today. So please help us get Shreem Brzee out to more people. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, share. All those good things help us to reach more people with Shreem Brzee, and you can help us do that. So let's get right into our Shreem Brzee Power Times of the week. Then I'll be doing a short meditation and some live Q&A. So if you have any questions, burning questions about Shreem Brzee, now is the time to put them in chat. Well, not now, but after we do the meditation, then you can put them in chat. So let's get started. All right, you should see my screen here. Welcome to the meditation and power time update. So we are in the waning phase of the moon, and it is going to extend until March 1st when there is a new moon. And inside of this waning phase of the moon, it's a time where we're lessening the mind chatter, hopefully, right? We're lessening the activity as well as the abundance of the mind and the mindset, which allows us to have access to a deeper sense of Shreem Brzee, a deeper sense of our meditation, more stillness, hopefully. So this is where we have an opportunity. Letting go, releasing, and allowing. So the first power time of this week happens on February 23rd, and these are US Pacific time days and dates, and that is February 23rd, which is a Wednesday, and it's the Anuradha Star Day. It is the day of both Lakshmi and Vishwamitra. This star day is when the energy of a particular star shines down on the earth plane. All of these celestial beings, whether they're moons, stars, planets, are all giving us some of their energy. And when they do that, we get access to certain types of vibrations, and those vibrations can help us achieve particular types of actions or thoughts. Sorry about that, a little bit. So those energies, those celestial energies can help us achieve something and have a particular vibration. And so each star, each moon phase, each planet all have a particular vibration or energy. And we focus in on the wealth building celestial beings, energies that help us throughout the week and the month to achieve more with our Shreem Brzee and our wealth practice. So Anuradha star is the star that both Lakshmi and Vishwamitra were born under. And when you're born under a particular star, that has an imprint, an energetic imprint. And so when their star comes to being every month, it is a time to celebrate each of them. And it's, you know, beautiful and interesting that they both have this particular star. Excuse me. So that's February 23rd. It's an ideal time to do more practice, more chanting, tapping into Vishwamitra, maybe reading a story about him, and or just simply chanting Brzee, since he gave the Brzee mantra. Our next power time of the week is Friday, and of course this happens every week. Venus is the rules Friday. Lakshmi is the overlord of Venus. Venus is the planet of prosperity and material comforts, abundance. And so we have more energy for her. If you go into the next level of Venus energies, it's called the Venus Hora, or the hour. And you can find out more about that on the AstroVed Hora Watch app or AstroVed Assistant app. And then if you plug in your details, you'll be able to see when those are throughout every day, and more specifically on Fridays. And when the Venus hour is on a Friday, that's a double power time. So you get double the energy to be able to access the Shreem Brzee vibration. All right, next is the 11th moon. So we have an 11th moon on a Saturday, which is a beautiful combination and actually very powerful time of Vishnu on a Saturday. So Vishnu is a consort of Lakshmi, and together they are this divine couple that create a sustaining energy for us on the earth, things that sustain us, happiness, health, wealth. Things we literally cannot live without. This divine couple helps us to create and bestows upon us. So this is a wonderful time to give thanks, as well as chant Om Namo Narayanaya, which is Vishnu's mantra, and give some sort of worship and honor to him. This statue that you're seeing, where Dr. Pillai is next to it, it's a lying down Vishnu. Dr. Pillai said this statue or depiction of Vishnu is very significant, especially on 11th moons. It's good to just look at it. So you can do a search and find an image that you like of the lying down Vishnu, and just visualize him and look at that on the 11th moon. So your Shreem Brzee tip of the week is to chant Shreem Brzee for 4 hours. Recently, Dr. Pillai said it's really important for us to meditate or chant for 4 hours in order to access a deeper state of consciousness, deeper meditation, something that allows us to drop into Shreem Brzee and have it have more of an impact on us. So you can do this at home. There are plenty of mantras available on SoundCloud, Fly Center, that you can use. You can also do this inside of our Shreem Brzee Manifestation Immersion program. Inside of this program, we started last week. We extended the enrollment until February 23rd. So if you would like to join, there's a link below this video. We did prorate it. So if you felt like you couldn't afford it before, take a look now. And we've edited the pricing because you've missed some of it, which hopefully helps some of you to join. So the enrollment will end on February 23rd. Remember how I said February 23rd is Anuradha Star Day. It is also a day where we will be doing a fire ritual, fire lab for Lakshmi and Vishwamitra on that particular day to access their energy even more. There's 4-hour meditations every Friday. There's Shreem Brzee pujas every Friday morning. And there are several different fire labs, 2 this week actually, on the Anuradha Star Day and on the 11th moon. So a wealth of information as well as experience together to really accelerate and boost your Shreem Brzee practice. That's why we put this program together. We are following Dr. Pillai's lead on the importance of longer meditations, as well as getting together in group and performing ceremonies. And that's what this program is about. So we extended it to February 23rd. If you'd like to join, check that out at the link under the video. Free events of this week. As last week, we have the Friday group chanting at 8 a.m. Pacific time on this channel that you're watching right now, as well as the Shreem Brzee meditation and power time update with me right now, every week, every Sunday. We are planning another event in March, more of a webinar workshop. So I'll be letting you know that as soon as we have the details. And then the ongoing Shreem Brzee monthly events are called the Wealth Power Time events. It's the full moon Shreem Brzee Fire Lab. We have a full moon meditation, and we have a weekly Shreem Brzee pujas or sound and light offerings. And that's a membership or subscription you can join, because you don't want to miss these once a month full moon power times. Those are the most powerful time to be getting together in group and doing your practice. So we put together a program for that. And it also includes the Friday pujas, which are also fabulous. All right, so that's the events for this week. We're going to do a little meditation. And then after that, we'll get to questions. So go ahead and clear your mind, allow yourself to be present. Take a few deep breaths in through the nostril, out through the mouth, in through the nostrils, out through the mouth, allowing yourself to settle into your space, letting go of any anxiety, negative thoughts, being here for just 5 or so minutes. Visualize a beam of light entering your heart center, at the center of your chest. This light enters the chest, enters the heart chakra, and ignites the love, passion, and compassion of your heart. This light is bright white and slightly golden in color. As it ignites your heart, it spreads through your entire body. From the heart, it expands out to the chest, down to the abdomen, down to your back, to the shoulders, the arms, your neck, and your head, and down your legs, to your feet, out to your hands, and soon every cell in the body is filled with a brilliant white light, energizing, purifying, activating every cell with purity, love, compassion, and passion. Now, as your body is being energized and cleansed with the white light, visualize in your mind's eye something that you would like to attract in your life, create in your life. Just one thing. It could be very simple, it does not have to be overly complex. Just one thing that stems from your heart that you would like to create or have created for you. Maybe it's a loving relationship. Maybe it's a new career opportunity. Maybe it's a day at the beach. Could be anything. And visualize it and see it and smell it and hear it and touch it, taste it. Energize all of the senses. And now hold the image with the excitement having already created it. It's already created for you. And now we'll infuse this visualization with Shreem Brzee. You're enjoying it, you're loving it. It is already created. It is already done. And as those waves of gratitude flow through you for having it already be created, you chant Shreem Brzee, inwardly or outwardly, whatever pace you like. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. Feel it, allow it, embody it. Be grateful for it. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. And now, as we are in this collective consciousness together, doing this meditation, pray for others. Pray for everyone watching and participating in this meditation right now or in the recording. Pray that those people holding their image of what they want to manifest, pray that it become three-dimensional. Pray that it manifests into the physical world. We pray for our friends and our community, our loved ones, those people we don't know. Everyone with Shreem Brzee in their heart, we're praying that their manifestations occur in a way that is in their best and highest good. For whatever they're thinking or something better. Whatever they're envisioning or something better. Whatever they think they want or something better. Let us pour our prayers, our hope, our love, our passion into the manifestation of the goals of our community. And when you feel complete with that, with a smile in your heart and hopefully also on your face, you can slowly come back from the meditation. Welcome back from the meditation. All right, so I hope that you enjoy that quick little meditation. Please post any experiences you may have into the chat. Would love to hear about it. And so now I will entertain questions that you may have. And thank you all for being here. Welcome. Any questions? So, yeah, thank you. Yeah, please post your prayers too. That's great. So people always ask about how long things take, right? And I was just re-listening to something from Dr. Pillai, and people also always ask, how long should I do Shreem Brzee? And the typical answer is 108 times a day, but that takes you not much time at all. In a program, Dr. Pillai said, you should be meditating for ideally 3 to 4 hours a day. Meditating or chanting 3 to 4 hours a day. Now that's a lot, and it may not be realistic for some people, but he said ideally. So if you have that time, or even maybe once a week, you can find that time. And if you can't find that time and you can do it 1 hour a day, that is amazing. If you can do it half hour a day, that's pretty good. 20 minutes a day, I would say that's the minimum, okay? And what he very specifically says is that the more you meditate, the more time you commit, the more time you chant, the faster your manifestations will occur. So if our mind is continuously being negative and defeating itself, like we say we want something, but the negative mind is constantly coming in saying, that's not gonna happen, that's not, all of the rational thoughts that we have that diffuse our positive thoughts, we need to offset those on a continual basis. And how do you offset them? You offset them with continuously chanting Shreem Brzee, whether you're just walking around doing your thing, chanting Shreem Brzee, or sitting in meditation, or both, or ideally you're doing both. You're chanting Shreem Brzee throughout the day, and then you're also dedicating a portion of your time to sitting and doing the meditation. So that's how we offset the negativity that is innately just part of us because we're human, right? It's not our fault. It's how we were born. We just have a negative mind in general, and we have to usually fight or try to achieve the positivity. Shreem Brzee helps to create the positivity. The negative mind is a problem. Shreem Brzee is the answer. The negative mind is keeping us from manifesting what we want. Shreem Brzee is removing and diffusing those negative thoughts to allow the positive, faithful thoughts to erupt from within us and to then manifest. Only a doubt-free thought can manifest. Only a doubt-free thought can manifest. Yet we have this ridiculously negative mind happening all the time. So if you incorporate Shreem Brzee or Brzee into the negative mind, you're changing that vibration. You're shifting that vibration consciously and unconsciously. And that helps us move closer to the middle of where we can start creating some more balance, the positive mind and the negative mind. And then shifting into a positive thought, a completely positive thought, an absolutely doubt-free thought. And that's what springs forth and manifests. And I've had this happen. I know it sounds miraculous, but when you can get into that headspace of, yeah, something is absolutely going to happen, you have no doubt about it, and you're visualizing, just like we did in the meditation, you're visualizing, you're feeling, and you're emotionalizing, you create passion around it, that's when it'll come forward. That's when it will come forward. And you can also infuse that, like we just did, infuse the thought with Shreem Brzee to help boost it even more. So that's a question we often get. So I want to put that out there and answer that. And now I'll see if there's any other questions in our chat. Can I sleep listening to the mantra? Absolutely, definitely. You definitely want to do that. I do it all the time. If playing it too loudly interrupts your sleep, which I don't like, I really low so that I don't get distracted, but it could be in your environment 24/7 at any volume that works best for you. Yeah, I got people saying, yes, I sleep to Shreem Brzee every night. I meditate Shreem Brzee, I get a good decision or a bad decision. I get a good decision. I get a decision in good or bad. What should I do? I don't know what that means, so you might have to reword that. If you meditate with Shreem Brzee and some thoughts are coming to you, so maybe active, not unproductive thoughts, but if you're meditating and you're chanting and something like a creative thought comes, super thought, that would be something that perhaps is divine that you want to follow, that you want to capture that and act upon it. If you're getting your regular old, list of things to do, worries about, those are the thoughts you want to let go and come back to your meditation, like let go and refocus, let go, refocus. And sometimes you'll have thoughts that just drop in. And Dr. Pillai calls those super thoughts. And that's where we want to follow those. We want to capture those. We want to listen to those thoughts. Any other questions? How to save this planet? Chant Shreem Brzee. So there's a lot of answers to that question. Politicians have answers to how to save the question, how to save the planet. Revolutionaries have answers to that. What I think the answer is that everything is a vibration. And we have the earth plane that is filled with billions of humans, all having a certain consciousness, certain thought pattern, which leads to a certain vibration. When more people are chanting mantras and meditating and raising their own consciousness and vibration, the vibration of the planet will then elevate. And guess what? When you're inside of that positive flow, the negative things, the negative thoughts, the greed and the fear and the anxiety and worse can't exist inside of that positive mesh of energy. So each one of us can change the planet by changing ourselves, by changing our own consciousness. Change starts here, now, within. We're the only ones we can control. If you want to change the planet, change yourself. And Shreem Brzee can do that because when you're chanting Shreem Brzee, you're embodying the wealth mantra. You're embodying this high vibration of positivity, of beauty, of purity, of wealth, of abundance. Chant Shreem Brzee 24/7, nonstop, every day, all day. That's how you can change the planet. Not sure if that was the answer you wanted, but that's the answer. Can you please share your biggest Shreem Brzee miracles to inspire us? Okay, so I've had a few Shreem Brzee. Thank you, Ingrid. I've had a few really great Shreem Brzee miracles. Spontaneous thought. So I just talked about having a spontaneous, not spontaneous. I just talked about the importance of having a doubt-free thought. So this is a few years ago. I was kind of in a negative spot. I just was sad about something. And I started imagining a scenario where I was on a private jet flying to Lake Tahoe. Now, this is a random thing. It was literally to make me feel good because I was having a hard time. But it was such a fun and doubt-free thought. And it was doubt-free because I had no attachment to it, whether it happened or not. It was just a visualization that I was creating, that I was on a private jet going to Lake Tahoe. And I picked Lake Tahoe because I was like, I don't really feel like going to a beach somewhere, kind of like lake and trees, and I've never been to Tahoe, so why not? Literally, I don't know, a few weeks, a month later, my friend calls me up and is like, her and her boyfriend are going to Lake Tahoe. He has a house there. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, you want to come with us? We're gonna pay for everything. And I was like, okay. So I fly there commercial, and then on the way back, he has a private jet, and we fly on his private jet back home. So spontaneous Shreem Brzee abundant miracle. So that was a fun one. That was fun. The other thing I just realized, I haven't been driving a lot lately, but I used to manifest while I was driving all the time. And because I used to commute a lot in New York City when I was living and working there. So during these commutes, I would literally think about what I wanted to create, where I wanted to live, what it looked like, my new jobs. This is my manifestation time. And I want to encourage you all to do that, to use the time wisely, wherever you may be. Maybe you're on a train commuting to work. Maybe you're waiting for your kid at school for 45 minutes. Whatever that is, when you have a block of time, utilize it to visualize exactly what it is you want to manifest. I can't tell you how many hours I manifested a new house, a new job, a new vehicle, just by in my car, visualizing and creating the whole scenario. I had so much fun with it. I would think about it, think about all the details, how much I loved it, how it already existed, how I would feel inside of it. All of that is the emotions, the thoughts, the visual, the senses that you have to activate to have that creative visualization be really powerful for you. So utilize whatever time you have throughout the day and infuse it with your dreamed up new life, and then chant Shreem Brzee in and around that manifestation. What other questions do we have? All right, any other questions? So someone said, sorry, I didn't follow your instructions, talking to Dr. Pillai. Advice is all the time, that's ego. Yeah, it is. And we all have it. And the human ego is a very complex thing. It's not just like, I think I'm so great, because that's what people think ego is. Human ego is that which separates you from God. That's Dr. Pillai's definition. So your ego is separating you from your divine self, who you truly are. And every time we give into that, we follow the instinct of whatever it is, I can do it better, or the lack of trust, lack of faith, things that aren't us as our divine self, then we sometimes have setbacks. That's just the way it is. So the ego is that which separates you from God, and that separation causes suffering. So when we are able to recognize that the ego is there and start diffusing it, again, using Shreem Brzee and Brzee can do that, we can settle into and feel into who we are as divine being. Dr. Pillai talks about fullness. He gave the mantra Purnam, full, full, full. We are all fullness. We are all divine. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And if we follow that teaching as much as we possibly can, we could feel that fullness. We could be that fullness. We can act through that fullness. And that is how we get the manifestation process going, by being aligned with our super conscious and divine self. It may sound all very woo-woo, but the steps that Dr. Pillai gives us is actually quite practical. And those steps are identifying the negative thoughts, the ego activity, diffusing it with a meditation or a mantra, and then doing it again. And the more we do that, the more we're diffusing, and the closer we're getting to being inside of that state longer for longer periods of time. We're inside that state for longer periods of time. Now we can have more experiences. We can have more evolution, personal and spiritual evolution. And then that's the process. That's just our process of doing our practice and being mindful of who we are and trying to get to the next level of our own evolution. So don't be hard on yourself. We're all going through it. And if you didn't listen yesterday, listen now. The other day I was talking to Dr. Pillai and I said, you've been asking me to do this for 2 decades. And I just now did it. And he goes, don't worry about the past. It's only right now. And I was like, cool. So don't worry about the past. It's only right now. Can I combine Shreem Brzee with calling on Ganesha? Yeah, so you want to call on, good question. So how do, Shreem Brzee and Ganesha go together? If you want to use Ganesha, and you don't have to, if you're new to Shreem Brzee and Shreem Brzee is all you're doing, stick with it. However, if you know who Ganesha is and you want to incorporate him into your practice, then you would call on Ganesha first and use one of his mantras, Om Gam or Om Gam Ganapataye. Do that a few times, 9, 27, 54, 108, whatever amount of chanting you want to do. Visualize him, ask him to remove obstacles. Remove obstacles in the path of your success, remove obstacles in your daily practice, remove the obstacles. And then you move on to your Shreem Brzee practice. So whatever that looks like, you're chanting, you're meditating, you're visualizing, whatever. So that's how you can combine Ganesha and Shreem Brzee. All right. I think Ingrid is asking for coaching. I might do coaching in the future. I haven't been doing that recently, but I do host the program websites, the Shreem Brzee programs on Pillai Center. And so that's the love that I do, and it's usually a group setting. So if you're interested in joining those, the one that's happening now is the Shreem Brzee Manifestation Immersion, and we have 2 more classes plus several more weeks of rituals and gatherings that we'll do. But as far as coaching, we'll see. We'll see if that's in my future. All right, I think that's it for today. We got some really good questions. Thank you all for contributing. And if there are any more, I'm game for sticking around, but sorry, I'm just looking at the chat to see if there's anything else going on. All right, I guess that's it for now, folks. Have a wonderful, powerful Shreem Brzee week. I will see you soon. Oh, there's a question. Is there, Hanuman stands with me. Is that the future or past? So I think and I hope to be with him again. Is that the future or the past? I'm not entirely sure of the question. If there's a divine being who's with you and you notice them, you see them, then you want to stay in tune with them. You want to stay in touch with them if you're hearing things that they may want, or if there's chanting their mantra, calling their name, making offerings to them, staying in tune and asking them for messages. Ask them for messages. And then that's how that communion can start. And that's a really beautiful way to create that divine energy, that connection, the communion with divine beings. All right, I think that's everything. All right, folks, have an amazing Shreem Brzee week. I will see you next Sunday. If you're in the program, I will see you on Wednesday. Have a lovely Shreem Brzee week of abundance and blessings. Namaste.